Hello, Facebook fans, YouTube fans. It is time for the Manufacturer Showcase here at DX Engineering. Every Thursday, we try to get together and bring you one of our 180 different manufacturers that we represent here at DX Engineering. And today, we have Mike, W5REZ from Rez Antenna. Hello, Mike.
Hi, Tim. How are you today?
Good, good. Rez Antenna has become a thing, whether you're doing parks on the air, POTA, SOTA, portable operations of any type, mobile operations, and even, if you're in a condo or an apartment, maybe you're antenna limited, maybe you're in an HOA. Mike, you've got some really great products, and I know you've got some new things that we have on the shelf here at DX Engineering, because we do all the fulfillment for you, which is really cool. That means if you get your order in by 10 o'clock Eastern time, it's going to ship tonight. If we've got it on the shelf, we're going to ship that Rez Antenna product. And that's really exciting. Mike, how are things going?
Well, everything's going really well, Tim. I really appreciate everything you do for us, and I love that little bit there about the shipping. That's great. We like that. But anyway, like you mentioned, we have a couple of updates to existing products that I'd like to talk about with our Ranger 80 system here first. This is the Ranger 82, and we made some small updates to it. Mainly, you can see here now we have the radial system actually machined into the base, so there's no longer a separate radial puck that goes on the bottom, and we thought that was a pretty good improvement to reduce the amount of parts that you have to keep up with in the field and just kind of make it a little more streamlined. And of course, it retains all of the same features as before, but we thought that was a nice little upgrade. And then we added a little bit of extra weather resistance to these. We adopted the gasket that we use on our SO239 here from our other systems, and the original ones didn't have that part. But anyway, that's pretty much it here for the update on the Ranger 80 system. And let's take a look at the Recon 42, and you'll see that that was a pretty similar upgrade that we made. We milled the holes in that base as well. So pretty much everything there is the same that you would expect from the Recon, except you get that little upgrade there. So just wanted to let people know about that. That was the upgrade there, and we hope everybody's liking that.
Well, those are two really popular products, Mike, and with the upgrades, it makes a great product even better.
Yeah, that was the goal, and just kind of simplify things and keep it streamlined, get you on the air a little faster. There's one less part to possibly forget at home, so that was the thought there.
Anytime you can make a product actually simpler and try to make it so that you don't have so many parts that you have to, when you're out in the field, this, Mike, when you're out there doing a parks on the air activation, or you're doing portable operations or field days, you don't want to have to worry about all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. The more streamlined you can make it, the better. I've forgotten things I don't know how many times, and having to improvise, and it's never too much fun having to improvise. But these are available now, both of those on DX Engineering, of course, and so go take a look at those and maybe improve your POTA bag a bit.
So speaking of bags, you have a new backpack or an update to the backpack. Why don't you talk about that as well, Mike?
Sure, let's talk about that. Let me just pull that up here so we can take a look. So this is a totally new bag for us. This is called the Ranger Pro backpack. And this backpack was built with a lot of different storage in mind. It's got quite a few interior pouches here. And the cool thing about this, and you'll see this later, is that these pouches are Velcro, so you can take them in and out and kind of customize the interior of this. And it just fits a lot of gear nicely organized in there. We had a lot of customer feedback about our backpack and how we could make it better. And we found this to be a really nice option. So let's take a look through these photos a bit. Has a nice way to store the telescoping whips on the side through the MOLLE webbing there. And then this is the top pocket you're looking at. This is where I usually keep my antenna analyzer and accessories that I like to have instant access to, right up there at the top. You kind of see that peeking out of there. So that's a cool little pouch. And then this is the front, the very front of the bag. And this is good for storing flat items like radials if you want, or different wires, possibly some small coax. Here we've got our link dipole kit sitting in there. And here's the side interior storage. That's the CM7 choke, and those are the legs for the Z-Pod. So those fit in there nicely, and that protects everything really well. The whole thing is padded, so it offers some extra protection for your gear. One of the big things is that the Ranger 80 actually fits inside the backpack once it's zipped up, which was a piece of feedback that we got. A lot of people were really wanting that to be inside the bag instead of on the side. So that was one big upgrade. And just some more pictures of the side storage. And those are the pouches I mentioned earlier. They will individually come out. So you could maybe pack different pouches for, a different type of deployment, and keep those, on the shelf somewhere and throw them in there when you need them, or maybe just use all three. Just depends on what you're doing. And of course, there's the back. But I wanted to mention something that's pretty cool about this bag, and you can see it here, is that the way that the zipper is designed, you can completely unzip this and lay it flat. So you have open access to all of the equipment inside there, and that's something that I really like about it as well. So that's the Ranger Pro backpack. Right now, it's just coming in black, and again, those are available right now at DX.
This is exciting because, Mike, you put a whole lot of effort and thought into this backpack, so that your products can go in here. And we were talking earlier about forgetting something. When you're out and doing an operation like this, and then it's time to go home, it's nice to have places that are reserved for specific parts, right? So that if you left something behind.
Right. Yeah. When everything has its place, you can tell when it's missing. So that's a nice thing to do, is kind of take a look at that before you leave and go, oh yeah, something's missing from that. Where did I put that? And I've definitely had to turn around and go back at least a couple times for something that dawned on me while I was driving home. So
yeah. Mike, I know you're constantly working. One of the many things that I love about you is you're constantly working on new products. Why don't you kind of tease the guys here, the hams that are watching today, with some of the new stuff you're working on?
All right. Well, something that's going to be coming out very soon, and I've actually got these now. We're getting them packed up to send over to you at DX, is our Surveyor tripod adapter and insulator. And so, we came out with the Z25 25-foot telescopic whip, and and that's a pretty large antenna. So we started thinking about tripod options for that, and the Surveyor tripod was a pretty good choice. They're readily available, and anywhere you can buy these. I mean, Amazon's a good source as well. But the adapter is the key component here. And we decided to make ours out of Delrin or acetal. And what that does is it gives you insulation from your tripod. So the tripod won't be electrically connected to the ground side of your antenna and introduce any sort of shifts in your radiation pattern or tuning in any way. So, that we felt like that was a pretty good idea. And to make it all happen, we had to do some thinking and came up with putting a helicoil or a threaded insert in here. So this is a stainless steel threaded insert. And what that does is that allows these threads, since they're plastic, to have an extremely long lifespan. Whereas if it was just the plastic alone, you run the risk of cross-threading and early wear. So we added that in there, and then you'll see on the bottom the threads here are just directly into the acetal, and since you're only going to put that on the tripod once, there's no real risk of damaging those threads over time. So that's kind of the design concept of that, and we think it's going to be a really nice addition. A lot of people have been asking us for one, and so this is our answer.
That's really nice, Mike. What else are you working on?
Well, we have some exciting new things coming out. We have a big one that we're going to announce, actually planning on doing that next week. So stay tuned on that. If you're not already, sign up on our mailing list at rezantenna.com, and that'll give you all the communications that you need. That'll be coming through there. And of course, our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, definitely go on there and subscribe if you want the latest. And then, of course, through DX Engineering, we'll be putting out the word as well. So stay tuned on that. And then beyond that, for later this year, we have a couple of exciting things planned as well. We have a new whip that we're going to come out with that I think people will be pleased to see. I'll just leave it at that, and you can make your own assumptions in the meantime. But I'm really excited about that one. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've been using it myself, and it makes things a whole lot easier out there in the field. So,
Wait. I mean, you have not been resting at all, and
No.
The product quality that comes out of your factory and it's just phenomenal. And we really, we love partnering with lots of companies all over the world, but you're really special, Mike, because the stuff that you send to us is perfect. We don't get any returns. Guys love it. I think there's great value. I mean, your prices are very reasonable, especially these days when everything is going up. Guys can get on the air, get your antennas, get your equipment, and they can do it at a very reasonable price. So congratulations on just putting together the whole package.
Well, thanks a lot. Yeah. And, we try to make as much as we can here in the U.S. as well. Not everything is, but, if we have the opportunity to, we definitely make sure we do that. And the Surveyor adapter is one of those products. And the big product that's going to be announced next week will also be made. All the components will be made here. So, trying to do as much of that as we can. And I know a lot of people look for that, and we're definitely on board with it. So I appreciate everything. And I really like to hear that there's not a lot of quality issues coming back. That's top priority for us. Quality control is super important here. And I really like to hear that. That's great.
No, it is just super. So, Mike, lots of great comments in the chat room. We've run out of time today, so we can't get to all of them. But know that everybody is excited about the products that we have, and also excited about your announcements. And we wish you continued success. And the relationship that we have with Rez Antenna, where we do all your fulfillment work, is really working out well. And others are taking notice of that. That if it's in stock and on the shelf, and we try to get as much material and many parts as possible on the shelf here, the order gets placed during the week by 10 o'clock Eastern time, and it's in stock. It's going to ship tonight. That's great. Mike, thanks for coming on, and we'll have you on again soon.
All right. Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Okay. And thanks to all of you for watching today. I hope you learned more about Rez Antenna. If not, go to rezantenna.com or come to DX Engineering and place your order now. Until next time, 73 from DX Engineering.